In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to be successful on the Flexibility Assessment Lab. I think this video worked really well for you guys on the first lab, so I'm hoping to carry it through for the rest of the term. I'm going to pull up a sample of less than stellar student work, and we'll review together what's not right and how to avoid those same mistakes. In the last video, I pulled up a very similar view. You can see that I am grading blind, so I'm not divulging any details about any students. Also, I don't want to know who you are. I want to eliminate as much bias as possible when I'm grading. So you can see here at the top that the scores are pretty good on this one, and this is my, this class wasn't as strong as the other one. So I think that you guys will do well on this. We're going to go through the lab one by one. And probably less focus on the rubric, but I'll show you the mistakes that I see normally here. For the Thomas test, all I want to see, well, for the Thomas and the Kendall test, all I want to see here is pass or fail. Their leg either extended or came off the table or it didn't. So pass or fail. I don't need any measurements, nothing like that. Just pass or fail. For the straight leg raise test, I want the amount of hip flexion achieved, and I also want the category. For the category, you can find those on the procedures for the lab. So you just look and you see the ranges, and then you write the category here. This person lost points on this one because they didn't put the category for the straight leg raise test. Here on a blank lab, you can see you can either choose from the V sit and reach or the sit and reach test. That's why this is green, because I want you to change it. I want you to tell me if you did the V sit and reach or the sit and reach. This is green because you could put it either in inches or centimeters. It doesn't matter to me. However you're measuring it is fine. And then if you've done the sit and reach test with a sit and reach box, you'll have a category here. Most of you will not have access to a sit and reach box, so most of you will do the V sit and reach. I know that this measurement is wrong because a V sit and reach is pretty difficult. Most people are not flexible, so I'm expecting to see -5 inches to +5 inches, somewhere in there, maybe more if somebody's really flexible. But the fact that I see +34 inches here is a real red flag to me. Another red flag to me is seeing good when this person has told me that they're doing the V sit and reach. For the V sit and reach, there are no categories. So if you check the procedures, there are only categories for the sit and reach, not for the V sit and reach. So, it even says here sit and reach only, so I don't know. Just follow the directions. For the shoulder elevation test, you're going to put your number here. Again, this is green because you can do it in inches or centimeters. And then again, on the lab procedures, there are categories. You're just going to put the category of that the person achieved here. Again, for the shoulder rotation test, inches or centimeters, that's why it's green. You choose your measurement type. This is a real red flag to me, this one, because 10 inches on the shoulder rotation test seems almost impossible unless this person is like a snake who unlocks their jaw. Like, the shoulders are just popping out of the sockets or something. I don't know. This just doesn't seem humanly possible to me. For these joint assessment measurements, I'm looking to make sure that they're all done, first of all. And then I'm looking to make sure that they make sense. Do they fall within the parameters? Do they seem, I don't want you guys to go crazy trying to get the right score. This is just practice to give you an idea, especially for those of you who want to go on to PT school. This is something you'll be doing a lot of. Something I want to take note of here is knee extension. People are born with a certain amount of knee extension, and you don't want to give anybody more of it unless they're coming back from some sort of serious injury or surgery. So if somebody scores 0, 1, 2, 3 degrees, that's perfectly fine. And I would not expect there to be any stretches below unless somebody was not even able to achieve full knee extension. So if they're outside of 0, so if they score 1 or 2, negative 1 or 2, I don't know how you would do it. If they're unable to achieve knee extension, full knee extension, then that's, an indication that you need to do some stretches. But as long as they have a little bit, or even if they have none, that's fine. You don't need to prescribe stretches for that. For number 1, I'm looking for you to analyze your own results, to compare left side from right side. And then I want you to, go back to your new client interview, or if you're doing this on somebody else, maybe think about that person's lifestyle factors. Um, are they right or left hand dominant? Are they right or left foot dominant? Do they do one sided activities a lot? One sided activities would be things like golf or tennis or baseball, things that require you to do a lot of work on one side but not the other side. Or maybe their job has them doing a lot of things with one side and not the other side. Or maybe they carry a backpack. I don't know. Do people even carry backpacks during a pandemic? I don't know. So that's just something to think about, is like to analyze what that person is doing that's contributing to those left and right side differences. Similarly, here I want you to analyze your own results. So instead of comparing left to right, I want you to compare the expected to what you measured. Um, some of these, like Thomas testers, there are no expected measurements. For some of these, I would say for most of these are no, I mean, I guess if they have categories, that's good. But you can use your best judgment to determine whether or not somebody looked like they lacked mobility. And then again, you just analyze their lifestyle, analyze their occupational risk factors, or their activities of daily living, or their physical activity, or their history of injury, and say, okay, what could possibly be the reason why this range of motion is so lacking? And I want you to talk about that. So a lot of critical thinking. Here you're going to analyze them and just aggregate, okay, these are the worst ones. These are the ones that need to be improved. Then from there, you can build and say, okay, those were the worst ones. Now I'm going to prescribe some stretches. You can watch my mini lecture on selecting appropriate stretches. I've got some worksheets also, and I'll probably be posting additional materials to help you understand. This is really important. It's only worth 4 points here because it's just introductory practice. But as we move into warm-ups, cool-downs, and prescribing exercises, this will become really important. I recommend you walk around and try things out on yourself, see how it feels. Does it feel like the muscle I'm trying to stretch is stretching? Does it feel like if I do this stretch, it's going to improve this particular motion? So use everything at your disposal, from the materials I provide you to your own personal experiences, to help you select stretches here in this very low-stakes way. For number 3, comparing when you would use one over the other, or when you would use both, I just want you to think critically about it. Just make sure you're addressing all of the questions. If you don't get it right, that's okay. I just want you to try. For number 4, again, just what do you think? Tell me what you think. I just want you to answer the questions. What are the characteristics of the person you did the lab on? And then what do you think an average client, as either a health coach or a personal trainer, is going to look like? And let's think about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, so here I love to see the student's thought process. So write as much as you want. I think it helps you, and it helps me see where you're coming from. So I hope that this helps you figure out how to be more successful. And yeah, cool.